college football playoff. We've reached the semifinal stage. One last hurdle to clear before that national championship game. And today we're going to find out who's got the toughness and the depth to continue their drive and keep championship dreams alive. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the number 8 seed in the playoff, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff semifinal. Which team will keep their national championship hopes alive today? Kickoff team is out there, and here we go with this playoff semifinal game. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun, handoff inside. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
They'll try to keep the opening drive going here. It's third down and 2. Tight end goes in motion. Try and muscle for the first down. Looks like Georgia will have the first down.
Boy, an opportunity missed here by this defense. They get them to third down and load up the line of scrimmage, but they could not deny this back of coming up with that conversion.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Receiver in motion now. They'll run it to the left. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Went backwards on first down, so second and long from the 24. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Crossing the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Here comes a handoff. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Second down after that run on the previous play. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this first down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
Takes the handoff and tests the left side. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Second down after that previous play. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's across the 25. No stopping and takes it all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs. We come out in the playoff game, Kurt. No signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate, and they actually just the rhythm to the offense, but they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 12. The coach wishes he'd left that one in the end zone. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Linebackers making some adjustments now. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. They get him to the ground about the 18-yard line.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
A gain makes it second and medium. And now the handoff. Stopped short of the 25, but it's enough to move the sticks.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And the freshman brings him down quickly.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Takes the handoff. It's Wade. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big third down now for this offense. They're down early in the game. All the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Lets it fly to the wideout. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. And that will pick up the first down. They'll spot it at 38.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, third down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw, and it's a first down.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Bringing pressure. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. On the move, trying to scramble for the first down. Comes up short.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
Takes the ball and heads to the left side. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense, because the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
Oh, my gosh. The defense does their job. That ball is thrown short of the first down. They've got to rally to the ball and not let him have that kind of effort to pick up a first down.
He makes the grab. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Texas Christian. pressure curve, the offense executes a long, winding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this, they're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Makes a quick catch. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play. Dogs looking to run some tempo here.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks.
Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. The stop is finally made, but it's a big gain. Stopped at the 49. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll run it to the right side. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
And he's got it again. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Gets the first and still running. He's marked out of bounds after an excellent gain, but there is a flag on the field. This one might be coming back. This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. And there's the handoff. Finding enough space for a solid gain before the stop.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
He'll hand it off. Looks like Georgia will have the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
We'll take a quick pause before the half as we reach the 2-minute warning. The Dogs line up with a 1st and goal. Here's the handoff, one 1st and goal. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. And now the defense decides to spend a timeout to regroup a bit. All right, 2nd down and goal now for this offense. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. And he's finally tackled at the 3. Defense getting pushed backwards. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. They've gotten the ball down to the 3-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. DB's looking to jam the receivers at the snap. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Well, great stop here by this defense to bring us to 4th down and decision time for the head coach. You go the easy route with a field goal, or this close to the goal line, you take a chance to try to get that touchdown.
Defense takes their 3rd and final timeout of the half to talk strategy. So what's the play call? It's 4th and goal from the 3. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. He's moving out of the pocket. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
That's a quarterback who is willing his team to find a way to win. 4th and goal, everything covered, and instead of trying to squeeze it in, he trusts his legs to get it into the end zone, and it pays off.
Extra point, knock it right down the middle. Here's a kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the TCU offense is back out on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. One man to the backfield, and he'll get the football. And they bring him down right at the 20. Here's the 2nd down play. Looking to pass. It's Robinson. Catch hauled in here over the middle. The Horned Frogs keep the football on the move. So it's a 1st down here. The clock is stopped temporarily, but they'll get to the line quickly. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. It's caught downfield. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Well, that's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
And the Horned Frogs with 1st and 10 here. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
That is outstanding defense to be able to leverage this quarterback. That is a tough thing to do. This guy's as fleet-footed as any quarterback in the country, and to be able to bring him down for a loss like that is a major accomplishment.
They look to throw it here on 2nd down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Crucial 3rd down play right here. Offense looking to throw the ball. And he's going to float this one to the right side. Makes the catch inside the 10-yard line. Touchdown, TCU. This quarterback on fire today. Well, this college football playoff game is all tied up. Kirk, it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. It'd be a surprise if they took a risk here in the final seconds of the first half, backed up near their own end zone. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Uses the stiff arm and gets past the marker before being taken down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
So often we get caught up in the quarterback and the wide receivers and the skill in this game. This is another example of a nice job by the offensive line, giving the quarterback ample amount of time to be able to evaluate the defense and make a good throw. Good job up front by the big guys.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And it's picked off in the end zone. Can he take it all the way? Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Formation would indicate they're going to try the onside kick here. And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job.
Yeah, they tried to surprise him here to start off this third quarter. Just didn't pan out. But I think you got to respect them for trying, Bill. I like that call.
And the Horned Frogs offense takes the field now. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. He's got some room to work. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Forced out of bounds, but not before the football's moved inside the 10. It'll be first down and goal.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs. And they will claim the second half lead. And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Catch made all the way down inside the 35. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Now that's called making adjustments at halftime and coming out, believing in those adjustments and attacking a defense. Good job here with the execution and a great throw by the quarterback.
He lets it go on the move. Makes the catch downfield.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again. We can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
Touchdown, Georgia. Strong game by this quarterback. That's just nice execution. Quarterback and receiver Kirk perfectly in sync that time.
Yeah, you can see why route running is one of the most underrated attributes of a receiver. It's easy to get caught up on their ability to catch or their vertical or their speed, but nothing substitutes for someone who can create separation like this before the ball's even thrown.
And the hands team able to make the crucial recovery. And the TCU offense takes the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Takes the handoff and he'll head left. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
A gain makes it second and medium. And now the running back's got it again. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Handoff to the back. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. See if the offense can overcome that holding penalty. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? To throw, it's Robinson. Short connection to the tight end here. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. The sophomore able to get home with this sack.
I think that was a coverage sack as much as anything. They sat back in a dime defense with 6 defensive backs, and none of them blitzed. They just sat back in coverage, and the defensive line eventually came up with a sack.
It's 4th down and a long way to go, but they're going to go for it. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's picked off. What a play.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
He'll take a deep shot. And he's got it down there inside the 35. Big play across midfield to spot it near the 36.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. And the single back takes the handoff. Finding some room at the 25. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there, the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. And he'll set up to throw. The pocket breaking down. And the sophomore making an impact play.
They just felt that one coming. Third down and long. Those defensive linemen are in that sprinter stance. They know the offense is going to have to throw. Great job of using that athletic ability and speed to get after the quarterback to come up with that sack.
Med kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And they've reclaimed the lead with that.
Well, you talk about a clutch kick. Good job by the snapper and the holder. The kicker gives them the lead. But remember, this one is certainly a long way from being over here in the fourth.
He'll bring it out from his end zone. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the TCU offense is back out on the field. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. Handoff with a single back. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Give it to the back again. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down at the 47. Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Here we go. Crucial play coming up. It's 3rd down and 3. Can he make it to the marker? Runs through the defender. Stop at the 43. This offense picks up another 1st down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Keeping it on the ground here. Gets some space around the 30. Touchdown, Texas Christian. They jump in front here in the 4th.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the 4th quarter, to give them the lead.
And he knocks the PAT right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Last possession produced a field goal. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Looking to scramble. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore. The Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry up. Second down, we're going to throw it. And looking for a big play here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they claim the lead here in the final quarter. Kirk, this quarterback told us this is my time to shine, a playoff game. He has gone out and backed that up so far.
Yeah, he's done everything that's been asked of him and more. Just a great job of getting into a rhythm. Really tough to defend. Right now, the defensive coordinator, you can see him down there. He's throwing his headset. He's frustrated. He's got to come up with some new wrinkles to try to slow this guy down.
And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. He'll hand it off. And tackled after a small pickup there. And we've reached now the 2-minute warning. Sets up as a dramatic finish as this offense tries to grab the lead late here. Second down after that run on the previous play. Play action fake, looking to throw. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looking downfield. It's Robinson. Trying to extend the play. He's looking deep here. Pass hauled in inside the 15. Tackle made, but there's a flag down on the field. What a huge moment. That long play wiped away by a penalty. The offense with a long way to go now. Tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. On the run, he'll let it go. It's intercepted. Threw it across his body. Not much on the return there, but the interception gives the football back to the offense at the 47.
Well, that defender deserves the game ball for that game-sealing play. Now all there is to do is run out the clock and walk out of here with a W.
First down here for this offense. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, drops back. Looks to his left and makes the completion. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Offense moving closer to the line of gain after that catch. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. He's looking to scramble. He'll avoid the big hit with the slide.